Yes, indeed. Bitcoin is back. All right, baby. Welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's date is Saturday, the 4th of September, 2021. Let's be gone and jump straight into these figures. Here we go. Rock and roll. Starting from left to right, we've got Shitcoin BTC, centrally owned, planned and controlled by Blockstream ever since they forked the protocol and implemented SegWit on the 24th of August 2017. Segregating the signatures on the chain, changing BTC from a commodity into a security, centralizing it under their control, and crashing its fundamental value to zero. Well done them. And then we've got Bcrash, centrally owned, planned and controlled by Roger Ver and his crony mates who tamper with the protocol every 6 months. Then we've got Bitcoin, which is BSV, which is the original protocol. It goes right back to the Genesis block. It hasn't changed, making it the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin, and the world's first and only ever digital commodity, backed by the value of data sovereignty, making it the most valuable commodity on Earth. Yes, indeed. And then we've got a Fisher Price cash on the end. So let's have a look at these figures then. So our core coin, we've got a hash rate 97.07%, network nodes 92.1, transactions 14.6, a block size 2.15. Oh dear. So when you consider that BTC started out as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, something has clearly gone wrong here. So we'll just let our favourite douchebag of Bitcoin, Peter McCormack, explain that for us right now. Take the floor, Pete, if you'd be so kind.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
Yeah, well, when Satoshi was here, Bitcoin was a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. How far away from that are we now?
It's a completely different project.
And what would Satoshi have to say about that?
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
And what if he came back and said something like, what the hell do you think you're doing, effing up my project?
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
Earn his right back into the project? I just thought he said it was nothing like Bitcoin. It's a completely different project, and it didn't matter who Satoshi Nakamoto was anymore. Why would he want anything to do with a project that is nothing like Bitcoin that he created, which is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system? This makes no sense whatsoever. So in your opinion, what's this alternative project based on now then?
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Consensus? Do you know what proof of work is? Do you understand the significance of a chain of signatures? Did you even bother to read the white paper? Blockstream implemented SegWit on the 24th of August 2017, which meant it segregated the signatures on the chain, which meant they were accountable to nobody, which brought it underneath their centralized control, which means there is no consensus because it's a centralized project and fundamentally worthless. You absolute goon. But because I find you funny, I'll let you have one more go at trying to convince me.
Project Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Is it now? And Bcrash, so Roger, tell us about your expectations for your centralized project.
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua. Yeah,
good luck with that, mate. And what do you say to all those multinational corporations that do billions, if not trillions of dollars of global trade on an annual basis, that say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to do so?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, because that's going to work. And then we've got Bitcoin. So we'll just have a word with Craig Nakamoto, the creator and inventor of Bitcoin himself, to find out what he wants from Bitcoin. So Craig, tell us, what do you want from Bitcoin?
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin.
And when you strip everything down to the bare bones, is that it?
That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Loving that. Well, let me help out and I'll stick my foot right in. So let's have a look at these figures then. So we've got hash rate 0.38%, network nodes 1.5, transactions 79.9. Oh, go on, coming up to 80% of the transactions on the entire global Bitcoin network flowing on Bitcoin. Beautiful. Bitcoin is coming back. And block size, that's the data flow, 97.2%. So almost 80% of the transactions, 97% of the data flow, all being processed by 0.38% of the hash rate, which goes to demonstrate what an amazing and what an efficient system Bitcoin truly is. And if you're wondering why I find it funny that 80% of the transactions and 97% of the block size are on Bitcoin, well, let me explain right now. Bitcoin mining operations compete to process data transactions on chain. No transactions, no use. No use, no value. No value, no money. The most valuable chain is the chain with the most utility on it. BTCs are utter clowns. And utility is transactions and data flow. That is it, which is block size. Can you see what's going to happen? Oh yeah. So we'll just have a look at these block sizes there. But before we do that, we'll have a quick chat with our main man, Michael Saylor, who never fails to perk me up in the morning with his level of enthusiasm. So Michael, welcome to the show. Tell me, what you say to people like Pete McCormack who think that Bitcoin should be changed and messed around with and just tampered with?
I like Bitcoin the way it is.
Oh, so do we, Michael, so do we. But we really like it. How do you compete with that?
In fact, I love Bitcoin the way it is.
All right, mate, calm down. Well, you can't just leave it there. You're going to have to explain yourself. Tell us, what is it about Bitcoin that you love so much?
The way it's currently constructed, it is possible to put all $250 trillion of monetary energy.
Whoa, $250 trillion of monetary energy. Where's that going to go?
In big blocks of encrypted energy on the blockchain.
They do sound like big blocks. What sort of numbers are we talking about?
Maybe the Bitcoin will be 1 million. You can probably calculate $10 million of Bitcoin or something.
Whoa, $10 million per Bitcoin or something. I mean, how's it going to fit and where's it going to go?
Big blocks, $100 million chunks on the blockchain.
Is that right? Well, let's have a look at these big blocks just for you, Michael Sunshine. So calling out the megabyte blocks from the top, we've got 77, 70, 5, 6, 57, 71, 10, 61, 19, 19, 7, 63, 292, 40, 20, 26, 49, 25. Oh, yeah, no blocks over 500 megabytes in there. I feel disappointed. And let's have a look at Fisher Price Cash. So look, yep, still struggling to get all of their blocks over a kilobyte, let alone anywhere near a megabyte. Although hash rate is changing there. That's because I think Tether did a $1 billion print, and quite a lot of it went into Fisher Price Cash just to pump the price for no other reason other than to try and discredit the Bitcoin protocol. That's all they're doing. And Bcrush, so they had no blocks over a megabyte in their column yesterday and no blocks over a megabyte today. I think those nefarious entities have focused their efforts onto Fisher Price Cash now. Now that Bcrush isn't going anywhere, it's like time for another scam. It's Fisher Price Cash next. And Corecoin, okay, let's see how many blocks they've got over a megabyte. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of a column of 30. Dear, oh dear. Well, I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest with you, because we know that the only thing they're trying to do is literally destroy Bitcoin. So they're destroying all these chains, and then all the figures are going to show it. The only one that doesn't correlate is price, and that's because they're just simply producing Tether to pump it up, creating a massive bubble, which effectively is financial terrorism, really. They've done it before with loads, in the stock market and all that. They're just doing it here again, same thing. No value in it whatsoever. Hash rate, so hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Boom, next, here we go. Proof of work by network, Corecoin, Bcrush, Fisher Price Cash will fall into their own footprints because that's what Ponzi schemes do when they crash overnight. Bcrush Bitcoin hash rate, who cares? Bcrush Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? It is currently 5,955 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than it is any of these alternative protocols, shitcoins if you will. And it's currently 1.6% more profitable to mine on Bitcoin. But it's currently almost 20% more profitable to mine on eCash. But again, they're pumping the price with Tether. It's hilarious. They're just trying to distract the miners away from where the real value is. It can't last unless they pump that up to like however many billion. So stupid. It is so stupid. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Bitcoin absolutely smashing it. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network, Bitcoin smashing it. Daily Bitcoin transactions per block by network, Bitcoin smashing it. Fees in the block USD, so again, manipulated price. Fees in the block Satoshis, again, not sure what that means. Is that anything to do with the dollar value or amount of Satoshis? I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Daily Bitcoin fees to block reward ratio. So again, as the block reward gets cut in half, the fees in the block should go up and up and up. So we're looking at this ratio going parabolic. You know, in the future it would be absolutely amazing, but we can already see it's on the rise. Absolutely beautiful. And daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain. In fact, while we're just looking at that, let me show you what the graph will effectively look like in the long term. Here we go. This is what the graph will look like in the long term. So the block reward gets cut in half, gets cut in half, gets cut in half, gets cut in half, and the fees in the block goes up and up and up and up and up. So that graph that we were literally just looking at, this is what it's effectively going to look like. Block reward goes down, block fees go up. Yes, indeed. There we are. So let's get back onto the charts here. Look at this daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Let's have a look at where we are. So a core coin was 368.14 yesterday. Where is that now? Let's have a quick look. Quarters, 3 months. Right, so core coin has gone up by about like 100 megabytes. That's about it. But look at that, Bitcoin storming in front. We're now 716 gigabytes according to this, but let's just see how far we are in front. We are now 373.5 gigabytes in front. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this, we're only going to accelerate away here. Only going to accelerate away. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get into the politics then. So this is global hash rate 7 days. Yeah. Global hash rate 24 hours. That's going to look similar to core coin. So we've got like 97% of the hash rate. Yep. B crash. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, but I wonder if via BTC has actually taken some hash rate mining off of B crash to mine Fisher Price cash. This is hilarious. I mean, these miners here haven't even been hoodwinked by the ticker symbol. Yeah, so they've literally got no excuse. This lot are literally a bunch of absolute imbeciles and nut jobs. Total imbeciles. You know, utterly clueless. What's the word? Total incompetence. You know, shocking, really shocking. Wait, check this out. Oh, look at this. So this is Bitcoin. So Tau with 48%. I wonder if they've got some new S9 miners coming on. Look at that. Squeezing via BTC, but via BTC still holding firm. You know, they're wanting some, even though they're not really doing anything to process data. You know, they're still producing all these shitty little blocks here. I mean, look at this. Look, 126, 111, 435. These are kilobytes. 14. I mean, absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Just get them off the chain. Waste of time. So I mean, they're probably dumping it. Who knows? But they're hedging their bets. Good to see SV Pool holding strong though, still with a decent amount of hash rate on there. F2 Pool increasing their amount, and good to see Matterpool on there as well. Loving that. Very good. Very good. And Fisher Price Cash, look at this. Hathor, again, I think Hathor is foe to Fisher Price Cash and friend to Bitcoin. So we can see what's going on there. Dutch mining, though, taking advantage of price going up. Again, total shitcoin. No value in that price movement whatsoever. But miners chase profits. Like I said, they follow price. You know, but price follows value, follows utility. So again, you know, it's gonna crash. But the reason we want shitcoiners off the chain is because the only thing they understand is dollar worshipping, which leads to price manipulation, which we will look at now in the short positions. Here we go. Check it out. Right, let's have a look at these short positions. So remember, this is the original Bitcoin protocol. So this is Bitcoin, and these people, these traders who love Bitcoin so much, are now shorting the actual original protocol, which is Bitcoin, that defines Bitcoin, that makes Bitcoin. It's got a 90% short ratio on it. It's hilarious. Shitcoiners, Shitford brains, dirty traders. That's what we call them. And let's have a look at Core Coin. Here we go. Check it out. Where are we today with short positions on Core Coin? Just because, again, they haven't figured out that it's an absolute load of crap. An altcoin, a shitcoin, whatever you want to call it. Look at that. They've got a only 3.3. up from 1 to 2% that it used to be. Now it's the 3.3, you know. Maybe a few of them changing their minds. Who knows? Who knows? But they've got to deal with tether printing, you know, and Tether can just print $1 billion at the touch of a button whenever they feel like it to manipulate the price. That's all they can do. That's all they've got. Literally, it's all they've got. So, you know, risky business. You want to start shorting it, but it just depends how much faith you've got in tether printing, really, and the regulators, of which I don't have very much faith at all. Let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live then. So for any newbies watching this, the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen are the transactions being broadcast and recognized by more than 50% of the nodes on the network. And they are recognized instantly the moment they're broadcast, because Bitcoin is an ultra small world Mandela network shaped like this. It means as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to 0, making it ultra small world and highly sparse respectively. The network formulation can lead to an improved topology against malicious attacks, so it's hard to take down. Absolutely phenomenal. So once they're recognized by more than 50% of the nodes on the network, they're then thrown into the memory pool, which is where they're competed for by miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within the block, and then place the block on the blockchain, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. And if we highlight this 819 megabyte block in the highlighted rectangular box below that, we can see the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, the size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and total fees. Pardon me. And it's these fees in the block that will eventually surpass the block reward. And we'll just let Laura Shin and Dan Held explain that right now.
So, you know, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, you know, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough transactions to replace the block reward when the time comes, because it's been purposely restricted to 1 megabyte and it's got insanely high fees, so people aren't going to use it. Dear oh dear, do you honestly think a network that could only handle 4 to 7 transactions per second was meant to honestly economically sustain all of this lot? These are Bitcoin mining farms. Look at these. Look, absolutely blows my mind every time. All of this stemmed from just a 9-page white paper. Absolutely good. This is the backbone to the new global financial system. This is the world's first commercial internet. This is what gives data value. It commoditizes data. It's just absolutely amazing. 4 to 7 transactions per second. It's laughable. You've got to be like on a different, you've got to be kind of like really severely intellectually challenged to actually believe that crud. Like, honestly. 4 to 7 transactions per second. Yeah, all right. Let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live or BitInfo charts. Check it out. Love looking at these. So we've now got 31.1% of the entire CMC transactions on the Bitcoin chain. And look at that, we're competing against Ethereum and XRP, and we are smashing them. Beautiful. But we know that XRP and Ethereum are fundamentally worthless anyway. Shall we have a listen to the videos? Yeah, why not? I haven't heard them for a while. So we'll just let David Schwartz explain that XRP is absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
Good question. How did Ripple end up with half the supply of 100 billion XRP?
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs.
And remind me to have a look up the economic theory of being sort of up for grabs.
And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Brilliant. One more time, David.
People who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Yeah, because they grabbed it. Why didn't they just grab all of it? And Ethereum being a security.
You just described some crypto as securities. Which ones do you think of as securities?
It's pretty clear, and the Supreme Court has actually spoken about this many times. If somebody is raising money, selling a token,
start the Ether pre-sale in a couple of weeks. So the Ether pre-sale will be an opportunity for anyone to purchase Ether. For Ether is the internal currency inside of the Ethereum system, sort of like the XRP and Ripple.
And the buyer is anticipating profits.
What we're hoping is that sort of similar to what happened with Mastercoin. If that slice is something like 20%, and then the value of Ether goes up by 5, then we basically have the entire initial BTC that we got all over again.
Based on the efforts of that group.
About 100 people that are working on Ethereum right now.
Myself leading the protocol design.
And we also have branding teams, we have marketing teams.
That fits into something that's a security.
Partially in order to better flesh out the business plan, partially in order to better flesh out the terms, partially for legal reasons.
Brilliant. And let's have a look at these transactions, 24 hours. Let's have a look at this chart over 3 months. Check it out. Look at that. So it's basically happened like almost, just a little over 3 weeks ago now. Look at that. Look at that. We are literally just starting. So Bitcoin has done 1.3 million transactions, Ethereum 1.1, and XRP also 1.1. Yes, come on Bitcoin, It's the only network with any fundamental value and any fundamental utility, really. That is it. Let's have a look at scaling test networks. So yeah, figures are still the same. Transactions and block size always worth checking though. BSV data, here we go. Meta ID now 6.24 gigabytes of data. Good grief. So basically going up by almost 100 megabytes a day. And that's just like one protocol, putting all this data on chain. Absolutely fantastic. Let's look at applications. So across the top, we can see the transactions over a 24-hour period, 1.3 million transactions, and the median transaction fee. Look at that, 0.005. So half a cent. Bear that in mind when we come to the Ethereum fees later on. So let's have a look at crypto fights. Daily data size. Look at that. They're now producing 1.2 gigabytes. Just crypto fights alone. Beautiful. And trends.cash. So yeah, apps ranking by money spent. TDXP macking it hard. That'll be due to the price of Bitcoin increasing. And apps ranking by performed actions. So we again run protocol producing all the NFTs and things on crypto fights, I think. So they're working together. All these other protocols, though, they're still coming. They're being developed. The cavalry is on the way. Yes, indeed. Crypto Quant, yep, the exchanges were cashing out all last year, and the squeeze in the liquidity was quite counteracted by a huge amounts of tether printing. So the squeeze in liquidity, a huge amounts of tether printing caused a spike in the price and a huge bubble, and that is why Tether have started printing here again, because the exchanges have been dumping it because they know it's absolutely worthless. Let's have a look at what's on chain. Good question. What is on chain? Estimated next block size 731 megabytes. Cool. Memory pool usage 786 megabytes. Let's have a look at transactions. Yeah, 1.3 million over the last 24 hours. Very good. Let's have a look at Joho's memory pool. So this will be the big block being formed here. Lots of data coming in by the looks of it. This would have been maybe the 800 megabyte block there, I'm guessing. This is what a memory pool is meant to look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. What a memory pool is not meant to look like is Corecoin BTC SegWit protocol, where they've implemented replace by fee and child pays for parent and restricted the block size and told everybody not to use it, Lightning Network and all that kind of stuff. Nobody knows when their transaction is going to be received. It's absolutely insane. Look at this. It's outrageous. And we can see the effect that it's had on TX Street. And while we're looking at this, we'll have a quick chat with Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, that essentially own, plan and control BTC, to find out his expectations of a payment network.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up. I'm not waiting 4 hours just to not pay a priority fee when I'm using a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, you fool. A median fee 79 cents. Add that onto every high frequency trade. See how long your high frequency trading company lasts for. Good luck with that. And Ethereum, look at this, $8.60. That's absolutely insane. So Vitalik, how do you respond to that?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Yeah, really? So what's $8.62 then, you buffoon? And remember, Bitcoin is half a cent. Half a cent. Absolutely incredible. And we've got 1.3 million transactions in comparison to Ethereum that's only got 1.1. We are absolutely smashing them. Absolutely smashing them. Let's look at our own issues here. So what do we know about excessive fiat currency printing?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
And that is exactly what we're witnessing here. So you can see back in 1959, there was $138 billion in circulation. This is the entire world M1 money stock. And yet 50 years later, it's gone to $2 trillion. So it took effectively 50 years to go to 2 trillion, but then it only took 10 years to go from 2 trillion to 4 trillion, and then it only took a couple of months to go from 4 trillion to $16 trillion. Like, quadruple it. There is literally no justification for this level of money printing, and this chart has now been discontinued. The only reason they could justify this level of money printing is if they were paying off a certain portion of the population to look the other way while they depopulate the planet. And if you're wondering why they're going around trying to jab everybody, that's the reason. Right there. You think I'm joking? Let's have a look at CoinGecko. Oh, look at this. Number go up. Number go up. $180. Bring it on. Look at that. Look at that. What's going on? What's going on? How are we feeling about it today? Is this going to be in the 90s? 79? 79, is that it? He should be smashing it by now. Good grief. And look at that. Remember, there's no tether going into this. This is genuine demand. So, is the cat out of the bag? What's going on? Well, let's do some investigations then. But before we do that, we'll have a quick look at Bitping. Here we go. Patience is virtue, have it if you can. Seldom in a woman, never in a man. As my gran used to tell me. Check it out. Money flow per hour, 81 cents. Countries are 46. Alrighty. I love looking at this. So remember, Bitcoin is the only network that is up 24/7, which means it can monitor the downtime of all these other networks. Little do all these other networks know, they will soon all be running on the Bitcoin network themselves. Absolutely sensational stuff. Sensational stuff. And the morning run, 24-hour trade volume, 42,000. Oh my God. Honestly, how stupid have you got to be? Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law, which all of these shitcoins are doing. All security offerings. Look at that. 24-hour trade volume on ZAC token, 12,000. It hasn't even got market caps here, I don't think. Yeah, there's no market cap, but they're all illegal security offerings. You know, if you don't want to do the time, don't do the crime. Don't do the crime if you can't afford to pay for it either. Oh dear, oh dear. You know, the FCA and the SEC will come knocking. Don't say I didn't warn you. And let's have a look at the depth chart. Oh, whoa! What is going on here? What is this? BSV $185. That's just rocketed up. What is going on? What is going on? Now, let's have a look at the depth chart then. Let's have a look at these figures. The price has just shot up, and yet we've got 6.9 million asks. What's all that about? Is that people willing to sell? 7.2 million asks. So that the price has just shot up. So maybe people are asking for a higher price. That's what it is. So there's sellers in the market, but they're only selling at a higher price. They're like driving the price up. Wow. Lower bids. People are unwilling to sell. Look at that. Or shall I say unwilling to buy. Very interesting metric there. Very interesting metric. So people asking for higher prices and not many people bidding. So, wow. You know, wow. That's really quite interesting. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. Something is stirring. And let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness me. All right, let's see if that correlates to anything. Wow, this is Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Corecoin versus USD. Oh, look, struggling. What's going on? I mean, Tether's they're gonna have to print more Tether to try and keep up with Bitcoin there. Wow. All right, let's have a look at Corecoin versus Bitcoin. Oh, look at that, Bitcoin on the rise. Come on, look at that. Look at the strength in that. I mean, I wonder what's caused that. You know, something has happened. That's quite a significant jump in the price there. Whoa. All right, people. Alrighty. Loving that. So let's have a look at the entire coin crap. So Corecoin just up 0.5%. So that $1 billion Tether print didn't actually really do much because they're dealing with a $25 billion 24-hour trade volume. So it's like 5%. 5%, but then they've pumped all these other coins. I mean, look, we'll find Bitcoin ABC Fisher Price Cash. Where's that? I mean, it's shot up recently. Has it shot up and gone down again? Where is it? This was hilarious. Where has it gone? What, have they delisted it? What? It was shooting up the ranks just yesterday. Have they changed the logo or something? Or do they know it was absolute crud? What have they done with it? People are buying it and then they just dumped it? What? That's strange, but that Bitcoin holding firm at 45, up 6.55%. Ooh, it's a riser. Maybe I'm going blind, but normally Fisher Price eCash is kind of like quite easy to spot. What's happened? Have they decided to delist it? Like what's going on? That's I mean, again, I mean, there's so many shenanigans. I mean, this entire market is literally just utterly worthless data protocols. The whole lot. So $2.3 trillion of absolute crud. The only data protocol with any fundamental value here is the Bitcoin protocol, which is just $3.4 billion. So market cap, 2.35 trillion. That's 350 billion. So I mean, if the 3 was where the T was, we might be able to see it. But yeah, it's completely insignificant at the moment, but it just goes to show you what's going to happen. So knowing that BTC is absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless, the question has to be asked, why do people think it's valuable? Well, we'll just let Daniel Krawitz put that question to Tony Vase right now.
Why do you think BTC is valuable?
It's valuable because it's the only unconfiscatable asset we have, and that is because that comes from its decentralization. I think Bitcoin is the only valuable crypto asset we have because of the nature of how it started in its first few years.
And when you say Bitcoin, you mean BTC, right?
Absolutely.
But are you aware that in 2017, they changed the rules so that BTC no longer follows the Bitcoin white paper?
That is not true at all.
The white paper says that there needs to be a chain of signatures.
Sure.
Okay, so that's not what we have anymore. That's how SegWit changed that.
Okay, but it's still Bitcoin.
Nice one, Tone, you bone. You see the kind of imbeciles that we're dealing with, these shitcoiners with shit for brains, and that's being polite. And let's have a look at YouTube stats. 646 subs. Come on. Chasing the Bitcoin SV channel. They've got like 950 odd. Here we go. Let's check them out quickly, and then we'll check out the CoinGeek video. So we can type in the search bar Bitcoin SV. Here we go. Bitcoin SV channel. There we go. How's it going? 952 subs. All right, and let's have a look at CoinGeek. And there we go, CoinGeek. And we go to their profile and videos. Where is it? There it is. Come on.
We both acknowledge.
Wow, 113,000. That was 109 yesterday. 109. So it's gone up 4,000 views in 24 hours. Very impressive. Streamanity. Yeah, so I haven't uploaded any more videos, but I had another watch of that one. Thank you very much. 306 followers. Trying to get up to the same level of followers on Streamanity as I've got on YouTube. That'd be nice. Twitch, so made almost $150. Try earning that on Twitter. Yeah, good luck with that. 429 followers, and let's have a look at Acorn Stacks to see how many new signups Twitch had over the last 24 hours on Acorn Stack. Here we go. Check it out. Seriously, Acorn Stack is what we're looking at. Did I not press it or something? Come on, what's going on with me this morning? It's around here somewhere. Acorn Stack, that's what I'm looking at. Here we go. 16 hours, are we guessing? Oh, one day, exactly 24 hours ago. 20 new signups. Yeah, heading in the right direction. Getting more users than I am on followers on YouTube. Mama Bitcoin, how is her legendary tweet doing? The Legend of Legends still at 1099. Is Twitter going to take it away? So look at that. Look at that. They've done it again. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. This is why we need Bitcoin. So we can truly see the true figures. And Satoshi, how's he doing? Still 80.1k followers. I mean, that should be like well over 100,000 by now, but Twitter, you're trying to suppress him. I mean, imagine when they're no longer allowed to do it, or they can't do it, or they let it go, or something like that. Who knows? Crazy times. Stablecoin printer with unstable reporting on Tether. USDT. So they printed $888 million, like effectively almost like another $1 billion. They're desperately trying to keep their scam going. Oh dear. And let's have a look at Whale Alerts, see if they've missed anything. Here we go. Let's see if we can find it on Whale Alerts. So 20 minutes. So that's Binance Coin. 25, 1 hour, 3 hours, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 hours, 11 hours, 12. Where's this Tether print? 16. USDC, yeah, why not? More USDC, all printed 18 hours ago. What's going on? 20 hours. That's a Binance Coin. 21. USDC, what, 30 million? Good grief. Where? And that's 24 hours. Let's have a look then. See, let's carry on. There it is. There it is. Is that not the one that we reported on yesterday? 3rd of September. I wonder if... is that another one they've printed? Let's have a look. It seems strange that stablecoin printer are reporting 888, and yet whale alerts are reporting 1 billion. Strange. All right, well, let's put this out there then. See what people make of it. That's strange, but again, you know, all sorts of shenanigans happening in the space. But there we go. So yeah, JPap's in the house as well. Thank you for joining me. So I've been going for 45 minutes. I have to go back and edit this show. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Looks like we're up to date with the figures. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.